Hello everyone, my name is Kim McDonough and I will be sharing with you my observation experience at Gladstone Street Elementary School with Miss Bowie in first grade. I would like to share with you how I came across Gladstone Street Elementary School. I usually do my observations at a private school which I attended when I was in elementary school. However, since a public school was mandatory, it was a little bit challenging to find somewhere to observe. I finally came across Gladstone Street Elementary School and I walked into the office and asked if I was able to observe in a classroom. A few teachers offered to let me observe in their classroom, so I was able to pick the grade in which I wanted, which was grade 1. The school itself was very inviting and clean. There was a theme throughout the school which was college bound. Each classroom had a different college represented. The main office also had many different college pennants hanging, as well as quotes, which I thought was very awesome for parents and students to see. There were two events that brought students, faculty, and parents together, which were Cinco de Mayo celebration and a spaghetti movie night. I thought this was awesome because it's important to get parents involved with their students' school. Miss Boyd graduated from UCLA. Right as I met her, I noticed that she was very positive, very kind, and very friendly. She had a sense of humor with her students, and she was also very flexible. The main thing that stood out to me about Miss Boyd was that she was flexible with her lesson plans. She knew her students very well, which made it possible for her to modify her lessons to fit the needs of English language learners, Excel learners, and just all the learners in between. The classroom itself was very large. Miss Boyd had her desks in groups of 4 or 5. There was student artwork and work displayed throughout the classroom, as well as student photographs. The classroom was very inviting and colorful, and there was room for adjustments in the back of the room, meaning Miss Boyd was able to have literature circles and then change it into an art center and then brought the computers out. So it was very cool to have some extra room in the classroom. My favorite thing about this classroom, however, was the natural lighting. There was so much light coming in from outside. I just thought it made the classroom overall like a positive environment. Naturalist, interpersonal, intrapersonal, bodily kinesthetic, and verbal linguistic were all the multiple intelligence that were displayed throughout my time here at Gladstone Street Elementary School. Naturalist was displayed as the students were learning about the rainforest. Miss Boyd shared with the students literature, photos, and videos about the rainforest. They would also work on artwork of animals that they would display in the classroom. Students were also able to go on a field trip to the zoo, which they saw different animal habitats and animals in zoo. Interpersonal and intrapersonal were both displayed in this classroom. Students were given opportunities to work together or work alone in order to finish their work. Verbal linguistic was the biggest multiple intelligence I saw in this classroom. Students were working on reading and writing almost every day that I observed. There were a couple of surprises during my observation. I was impressed with the way in which the teacher was able to modify lessons in order to fit the needs of all students. This was the biggest thing I noticed in this classroom. Because the teacher knew her students so well, she was able to modify her lessons, which ended in success for all students. I was also impressed by the classroom management tools the teacher used. She used a color chart where students could either move up or down according to their behavior. She used babysitters, which I had never heard of, but it seemed to work with the students. If one student was acting up, she would have another student be their babysitter so that way they would behave. And she also used group managers. Each week she would change the manager of the group. So that manager would watch over the table, collect the papers, pass out papers, and make sure everybody was on task. I learned many things while I was here at Gladstone Street Elementary School. I learned the importance of getting to know your students, different assessment strategies, exit tickets, worksheets, and observation. One of the things about the exit tickets that I liked was that Miss Bowie had her students work together in order to finish their exit ticket. So students were eager to go to recess, but they would work together and try to figure out how to solve their exit ticket problems. Another thing that I liked about the assessment strategy of observation was that I was able to see Miss Bowie in action. I have used observation as an assessment tool in many lesson plans, however, I finally got to see it done in real life. I also learned a couple new classroom management tools. And another big thing that I learned was how to speak with students. I've had very limited time in the classroom with students, and so being able to work with Miss Bowie and see how she talks to students, handles their differences, handles their conflicts, was very awesome to see. And finally, I learned new teaching strategies. I learned scaffolded instruction, learning centers, use of a word wall, and use of a literature circle. I had a lot of insights here at Gladstone Street Elementary School, and I would love to keep observing here. Thank you for watching.